Review on the book of Deuteronomy. It's considered Moses' farewell address. Israel was camped in the plains of Moab, east of Jordan. Moses had served God for 40 years. Joshua was selected to be the new leader. Moses restated the law given at Mount Sinai, along with many other warnings and encouragements. The book of Deuteronomy received its name from Deuteros, the Greek for two or second, nomos, the Greek for law. It is a second giving of the law, or a repetition of the law of Moses given by God to Israel at Mount Sinai. It is a second giving of the law, or a repetition of the law of Moses given by God to Israel at Mount Sinai. Very important. The purpose of Deuteronomy is to prepare Israel for entering into Canaan to be the chosen nation of God. Let us notice some of the key teachings in Deuteronomy. 1. The Ten Commandments are repeated in chapter 5. It is clear that this law was only between God and Israel. 2. The Great Command is given in chapter 6, verses 4 and 5, and also in Matthew chapters 22, verses 35 to 40. 3. God's law was not to be added to or taken from. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 2, chapter 12, verse 32. Christ was prophesied in Deuteronomy. Chapter 18, verses 15, 18, 19, and it's also in Acts chapter 3, verses 22 and 23. 5. Warnings were given about false prophets. Deuteronomy 18, 20 to 22. And 6. Blessings for obedience and curses for disobedience are clearly set forth in Deuteronomy chapter 28. Moses' death is recorded in chapter 34. The conclusion. An important teaching of Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy is that of obedience. God's blessings are given only as a result of obedience. God always punishes disobedience if repentance is not forthcoming. These books complete the study of the Pentateuch, the books of Moses. Israel is now prepared to cross over the Jordan River and conquer Canaan under their new leader, Joshua. We're going to study the conquest and the settlement of the Promised Land in the next lesson. This concludes Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy.